displayed or have been said, which are not all the characteristics of a woman that we have, what rules do you go by in order to kind of be self-assured in your day-to-day choices in life? Like, what defines you? What rules do you have that defines you as being bossy or religious or a party woman or what have you?
Some of the rules that define me is not hasn't been mentioned. One of the things is support of other women. So with that being said, with support of other women is probably one of my shades, because we tend to forgive men than we do our own sister or our friend. And that can be like, he can give me gonorrhea, he can steal money from me, he can beat me, he can cheat on me, all the above. And I accept his text messages, baby, I'm sorry, all this kind of stuff. But then when it comes to a friend or a sister, I'm done. Oh, I'm done with her. She said this, she said that, I'm done. So in one of my shades, my characteristic, I say that to say that it's about supporting other women, women for women, because together, and one person of this shows that we can do it together. So that would be one of my shades out of those 7 women, because I think I got a little bit more than the Miss Bossy. No, I might be Miss Bossy.
Miss Bossy.
I'm Miss Bossy. I might be a tad bit Miss Bossy. But I think that Suzanne is a little bit more bossier than me. You think that?
It's not that I'm bossy. In my characteristics, my strongest, I love people more. You know, like, there are many days you ladies may see me inside, I'm broken, but you will never know it, because I want to exude what I know I'm supposed to be, and I know I'm supposed to be that light. I know I'm supposed to smile, and it takes every fiber of my being to do it. But I know that when I leave you, you be like, that girl, that she's something else. I make you laugh when inside I'm crying. That's how I am. I please people more, and I love on people more, and not more than I love myself, because I love me some Suzanne. But the thing is that nobody wants to see you coming every time you got a gloomy face, you know, you're mean, you're looking mean. And I've even been told that I was unapproachable. I was like, what?
I don't see, again, with the topic, I don't see mine on there as far as the 7 shades of a woman. I guess I have all of them as far as me being like a truck driver. You don't see that every day. And I'm in a male-dominated industry, so I have to be hard, not so hard though, but I still have to maintain myself as a lady. Because I don't want to be perceived as, we have a big, as a truck driver, y'all know. Oh, she got more mean and what, this, and that. And that's not true. And that's why I try to, you know, my womanhood, I try to like bring it out. I smile a lot, I talk a lot, but I'm also a loner because I'm by myself all the time. That's part of one of my characteristics is that, and I pray every day before I do anything. So that's one of my daily rituals that I have to, when I get up, I have to pray. So to live this life and to try to become Miss Housewife, I have to display all of them. So that's what I try to do.
And with me, like she said, she really don't see herself on this list. Me, myself, I'm really considered Miss Mean. Yes, I do frown a lot, but it's not that I'm frowning because I'm mean or I'm mad. It's just a lot that I have that I'm dealing with myself. Exactly. So it helps me when, like Suzanne said, if I make somebody laugh or I smile, I joke a lot because it helps me to be able to deal with whatever I'm dealing with. My mind going like 100 miles an hour all day long. Y'all could be on today, I'm way on next year. And like she said, health-wise, that's not good for me. But at the same time, when I know I've done something for somebody or somebody asks me to do something for them, that makes me want to then say, okay, if I did it for them and I'm in fear of me doing it for myself. I could have did it for myself first before I even did it for them. But it helps me to do it for somebody else, and I see that somebody else needs me, then I know that I can do it for myself. I know that's a bad way to be, but at the same time, a lot of things have torn me down to the fact that I had to become a new person. I'm still the old person, but it's a lot of ways I'm doing things are totally different now. So I'll know that I can be the housewife, because at one point I used to be selfish, the fact that I wanted everything to be done for me. So when things wouldn't go my way, I would shut down and exclude myself from everybody, because I didn't want nobody to tell me, you doing it this way, you doing it the wrong way, because I felt my way was the right way.
Well, it seems like that's what one of the main common denominator, everybody seems like they want to become the housewife. Is that our ultimate goal as a woman, to be a housewife?
It's weird that you say that, because all three of us spoke the same. I'm sure we all, because you're married. So you guys have that, that honor of being someone's wife, not their girlfriend, not their lover or whatever. So, it's funny because with Nidra and I and the other ladies that are on the panel, I'm sure you guys agree that when we look at ourselves, there's nobody more beautiful than us. Okay? Now, and what's so funny is that in all these negative attributes of a woman, we all go back to wanting to be a housewife. We all go back to wanting to be that woman that someone depends on. And in the end, that's what it is. We depended on for giving birth. We bring life, We're dependent on for taking care of our husbands and our children. So, and Nidra, I was about to cry because when you were saying you have so much on your mind, we as women, we carry the burden of the world on our shoulders. And we don't love ourselves enough to say, okay, you know what, I've got to do something for me. And, as we get older, we have to realize that at some point, we got to break and say, okay, honey, kids, I got to do me.
But how do we go back and change that? Because the tables have changed. Before, men used to take care of the woman. They used to be the breadwinner. But now, it's flip-flop. We're the breadwinner most of the time, and we take care of the children. And sometimes there might be a man at home, and we have to take care of them. So how do we get it back to where, y'all, I'm the religious one, it's biblically written?
First, we got to love ourselves.
Right. We have to love ourselves first. Sometimes, as women, as wives, mothers, we always put our husband first. We always put our children first. Everybody kind of like me as the team mom. Like I always have everybody's kids. My kids play every sport. I'm at every game. My husband is there, but at some time, you're doing so much for them that you lose yourself. So my motto is, I want to live, not just exist in this world to just be there for everybody else. You got to live for yourself. You got to live for your children, your husband, for everybody, but you got to live for yourself. I don't want to become stagnant and just doing the same things, all the time. But I just say, love yourself first. We got to love ourselves first before we can get love to anybody else.
I think that's my issue, because I don't have a husband, a spouse, kids, or anything. So basically, it's all about me for the most part, and I feel like I don't give anyone a chance to make me a housewife. I'm always doing everything for myself, and I feel like that's an issue that I have within myself. So
Actually, I don't think so, because you and I are kind of like in the same situation. Except I do have a child, but we're also a caregiver to an elderly person in the household that tends to kind of dominate the situation and kind of take away from us being happy, because I think that they're scared, they don't want to be at home by themselves. They just don't know what to do, because we're trying to be happy and trying to become that housewife and be in a committed relationship with someone, but they don't know how to take it. And we're going to leave them alone, or just leave them. So I don't know. I just don't know what to do. Can somebody help me tell me what I need to do about that? Because I got an auntie at home. She's 82 years old.
I think that's another whole story. Like Kenyatta was saying, we don't have so much show. That's a good topic right here.
Please help me.
without some type of religious belief to keep you strong, that we wouldn't be able to make it as women. Philippians 4:13, I can do all things
Yes.
through Christ who strengthens me. And I've been saying that every day, at least 3 times. Sometimes when I have my kids make me mad, and it's amazing because a minister just gave me this the other day. He said, try it. I want you to say it these 3 times a day. When something comes into your mind or something negative is in front of you, say it. And it's amazing how it keeps me from verbally cursing out my son, you know, and it's like, because it's gonna resonate in me after a while, nothing's gonna get to me, and that's how I wanna be. I don't wanna be sad. It's I want when y'all see me that the happiness I'm exuding is actually coming from inside. I'm not pushing it out. You know, I'm not, you know, making my, and it's not that I'm being fake, it's that I don't want someone to see me in that state. And that's why I have to go back to praying, Lord, keep me strong, because I know I can do it if you strengthen me.
And just like you're saying, with me, it was like my faith was just gone. I had no, I would pray, but it was like I was praying for nothing. Basically, I would pray all day long and there would be nothing that I felt like it was coming. I mean, I had got to the point to where if I passed the church, if I went in or I didn't, it was okay with me. My whole religion field was gone. And when I had to come to my senses and say, when you felt happy, when you felt like stuff was good for you, what were you doing? And the only thing that kept coming to me was saying, you went to church and you were trying. So my thing is, what I started to do is, I started to go back to church. And instead of me just being there and trying to be cute or trying to see if I see somebody who's looking at me, I just stopped doing that. I stopped sitting in the back trying to hide because of everything I had done or everything everybody knew about me. So I said, let me go somewhere where nobody know me. They don't know what I've done or what I've been through. So when I went and I just sat in the front and I sat there beside the children, they were cutting up. I still sat there and I listened. And it just something one day just said, get up. Every Sunday said, get up. And I would get to the edge of my seat and I wouldn't move. And I guess it's because I was with somebody else that went with me. But it was just this particular Sunday I went by myself. And I just got up. And ever since then, I got to get up. Regardless if I'm way off on the other side of town, I got to get up and I got to go. Because if I don't go, that week I feel broken. I feel back like I used to. So for me to get up and go, it is pushing me. Things I thought I would never be able to do, I'm wanting to do it now.
Exactly. And
Because
those are some of the adversity that we face though. We face those adversity where we don't want to get up, don't want to clap, don't want to do those things, because I've been a member of my church all my life. And I got back active. And everybody asked me why I joined the choir and I can't sing. Nobody, they thought I just wanted to be in the choir. I wanted to be closer to the word. Because as long as I'm sitting out in the audience, guess what? I'm on my cell phone, I'm being distracted. I'm gonna leave early. I needed that guidance. I needed that guidance. If I leave the choir early, it's noticeable. I don't want nobody to see me getting up leaving the choir. Then I'm closer to the word. When the pastor come like that, I'm right there, the next seat after the other pastors. So that's why I joined the choir. I lip sing myself to them. But those are the choices that I had to make to get past my block. Because if I had just went out and joined the church, rededicated myself back to the church, guess what? I would have been right back doing the same thing again. But when I leave church, my choices, they don't change. I still come home and have a good time. I had a good time at the club one night, then with the church the next morning. I knew I was going to see some of them people that seen me on video. Forget what I told God. God, I went to church last night. I shook a tail feather. Me and my husband had a good time and might have drunk a little wine. But guess what? I still didn't forget who you was. So, those are the choices that we make. So we're just trying to come out to other women, support other women that have these certain choices, some limited, some not limited. But we just want them to hear us and tell their story and not be ashamed to be who they are.
We as women, we have two things fighting against us that we got to combat. We got to go into war, and that is Satan and life. Those two things, when you have an anointing measure on your life, you don't know it. But God sends somebody to you. When God said, that was God wanted you to come back to church, because Satan knew, oh, I can't let Nidra be happy. I want her to sit in the back, because you have an anointing that you have not found it, that is just sitting there waiting for you to walk through that door. It's on you, baby. You just got to reach out there and get it. And life is going to be your obstacle. Life is not fair. Life is hard, especially for women, you know. And yes, men have their problems, but this show is about women. They gotta have to get their own show. You know, today we have to heal. It's all in healing. And you go back, just like we previously, we went to Everybody Wants to Be a Housewife. I aspire to be you two ladies. I'm gonna get there. And when you go back to religion, it's accepting God. And I believe in God, and I hope everybody here does, and I hope y'all don't mind me saying this. But you have to have something that you're living for every day besides your husband, besides your children. You have to live for you. And when God is dealing with you, Nidra, He gonna keep on telling you, because I've been there. When I was being sexually abused, when I was being mentally abused, when I was told, you look like ugly bitch, you ain't gonna never be nothing. At 45 years old next month, I look good too, y'all. God has spared me 45 years next month. And I can stand and say, I've been in a house by myself since 2006, fighting that mortgage by myself. You know, it's like every time I think what's gonna happen, God said, girl, I got you. Because I did need you. I fell out of church, prayed, like He ain't answered my prayers. That's because I had that anointing, I was fighting it. But once you grab a hold of life and you hold on, you gotta beat it. You know, it's just amazing, you know, how I'm glad I'm on this panel. Because now I can tell my story, because I tend not to let people into my space that way. But now I have a chance for people, even in the audience, that have been through what I've been through, you know, to see that, you know, we all have been broken. I've been broken, but I'm still standing.
And I think that with God, and if we women stick together, not going to, like we're going to war with men, but we got to support. Like I was saying earlier, we'll forgive these men. And I know they appreciate it. But we won't forgive our sisters. We won't forgive another woman. We won't support them in their marriage. You know, if they call us vintage, you know, and then they back together tomorrow, why do we go out and say, you know, she just complained about me yesterday, now she would, you know. Now, we need to sometimes just listen. Now, if you don't want to hear it no more, tell them.
Yeah.
You know, I support your marriage, but I support what's right in it. I support what y'all doing, what God says. I support that. I don't want you to support women that just out there taking mess. You know. So we as women, and that's one purpose of the show, we got to come back together and bring other women in and teach them the way. Women that are not married, we want to teach them how, show them how to be good wives.
We need to be a force to be reckoned with.
Right.
That's the point.
Not against each other, because that's the way, again, if we're talking about the Bible, that the devil get in. Because we bring on our own enemies. If we get mad at this table at each other, we're broken.
That's right.
We probably never see none of us again just on this table. We broken.
That's true.
And like, sometimes when you're just trying to be a better woman, you're fighting against yourself most of the time. And most of the time when you feel like that you want to do something, it's a part of fear. And that's one thing with women, we have a fear of trying something new or trying to be different. Or if we feel like if we do something different from what any other woman is doing, are we right or are we wrong? So we're more questioning ourselves. Is it a wrong way or a right way to be a good woman? That's a lot of times I hear a lot of women say, well, what's the right way and what's the wrong way? Am I doing it the right way? Or am I, because I talk to a friend on the phone, but I sleep with this one, am I right or am I wrong? Or just because I started having sex at a younger age and I didn't start at 20 or 16, am I right or am I wrong?
Well, we got to have standards. And with that saying, if you all, want to try to wrap it up, is that we got to set standards for ourselves. It's not for our men, our children, or our parents, or anybody to set those standards. We got to set standards for ourselves to overcome what our issues are and to make good life choices, whether it's limited or unlimited.
When you set your standards for yourself, you gotta be happy with those standards. Don't just go by what somebody else. That somebody else's standards may not be your standards, but they gotta be within you. If you're happy with your standards, then you can,
Don't change. But you can't renege like you do on a New Year's resolution.
Right.
You gotta hold firm to it.
Right, you do. So,
Because, Nidra also said that she was going by the church and she seen it. She recognized at that point that she had faith. Her faith had never left her. I don't care how many times she did not approach the church. She still had faith because she was driving when she went past that church. So she had faith. She wanted to go in, but guess what? God knew when she was going to be ready. All of us have our time and place for doing things. She might not have entered at that time, but her spirit had already entered. I'm saying this not just for Nidra. All of us have went through that. When we somewhere, we feel a certain chill going through our body, and we wondering what